Everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from Armageddon and the 41st Millennium. Yes, we are back with more Orks, and today we're painting up Deathskulls. And today we are also painting up the all-new Bigboss. Here he is. I really like this guy. I think he's really cool. So a massive thank you goes out to Gabe's Workshop for sending me this one early to build up a paint with all of you. And that's exactly what we're going to do starting now. So he's been primed in Wraithbone, and the colour we're going to be using first is a roughly 2 parts Gutrippa Flesh to 1 part Lahmian Medium mix. And we're going to be applying this over top of all of our Deathskulls flesh. Whilst we wait for that Gutrippa Flesh to fully dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion. We're going to apply this over the top of his boots and trousers. So with that Black Legion all applied, we actually applied it to the cable and to the fingernails as well. But what we're going to do now is we're going to shade all the skin, and we're going to use some Biel-Tan Green to do this. In the interest of keeping things hurtling along at top speed, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Cygor Brown, and we're going to apply this over the top of his shirt, and we're going to apply this over the top of the grip of the pistol, as well as the grip of the axe. With all that Cygor Brown applied, we're then going to take some Casandora Yellow, and we're going to apply this over top of the skin. So with that Casandora Yellow all applied, we're still hopping back and forth between various different details. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur, and we're going to apply not 1 but 2 coats of this over the top of all of our remaining leather. So with 1 coat of our Gore-Grunta Fur applied. We're waiting for it to dry, so what we can do is move on, and what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Ultramarines Blue. I'm going to use this to add the blue of the Deathskulls. Now what I want to do is I want to also add some tattoos here. So we're going to add like a stripe coming down the middle of our big boss's chin. Like so. We're also going to add basically a blue head cap to him. As well. Like that. And then what we're going to do, just going to bring it down over the nose, wash the brush, touch off the water, and then we're just going to give it a very light little feathering / blend like that. I'm not going to do it at the back there because it could be fine to be kind of like a solid transition. But what we're also going to do with the Ultramarines Blue is we're going to pick out the areas that we want to be blue on the armour. So this is going to be this tummy, just here. And it's going to be this shoulder, as well as those couple of trinkets dangling from the boss pole. So with our Ultramarines Blue all applied, we've actually also applied the second layer of Gore-Grunta Fur. As you can see, that sort of reddish brown is all a lot darker now. And don't worry that the blue on the skin is going to look a lot darker, because of course it is. It's going over the top of the green. That's fine. We're going to be neatening it up a little bit later. We've also done a couple of extra tattoos on this arm as well. Anyway, our next colour is going to be some Guilliman Flesh, and we're going to be applying this over top of the bottom lip and the teeth. Just like that. And with that all done, we then take some Skeleton Horde and we apply this over top of the horns and the teeth around his neck. And with that all done, we're then going to take some Blood Angels Red and we're going to apply this over top of the helmet trophy. So with that all done, aside from the tabard down here, which is in fact going to be white, what we're going to do is we're going to apply some thinned down Iron Warriors over top of all of our remaining details. Now, we do have a couple of little details that aren't going to be silver. There really isn't very much on the Deathskull. So thankfully that makes our job pretty easy. With all that Iron Warriors applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Castellax Bronze and we're going to apply this over top of the barrel of the shooter, or slugger I guess that is. Just there, like so. And we're also going to apply this over top of the power studs and cabling on the axe. And we've got a little crossbar as well at the top of the boss pole. So with that all done, it's time to apply some shades, and the first of these is going to be some Nuln Oil. And we're going to apply this over the top of the blue armour, but not the blue on the flesh. And we're also going to apply this over the top of the white. So with all that Nuln Oil applied, we are then going to take some Agrax Earthshade. I'm going to apply this over top of all of our metallics. So with that all done, our big boss is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. However, we're not going to leave him there. Nope, we're going to take him to the next level and do this by adding some layers and some highlights. So the first of these is going to be a layer, and it's going to be some thinned down Kantor Blue. I'm going to use this to just bluify the blue on the skin. So with that Kantor Blue applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Alaitoc Blue. And we're going to use this to highlight all of the blue. And with that Alaitoc Blue all applied, we are then going to take some thinned down Hoeth Blue. I'm going to use this just to add some little spot highlights to the sharpest points in all the blue, including our skin tattoos and things like that. And so with that all done, we are now going to highlight the rest of the orc skin with some thinned down Dorn Yellow. So with that, the skin is now finished, but we're not done with his face. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take a teensy tiny little bit of Evil Sunz Scarlet and we're going to apply this over the top of his eye. And with that eye all painted in, we actually did apply some Evil Sunz Scarlet to the helmet as well down here. But what we're going to do next, we're just going to take a teensy tiny little bit of Flayed One Flesh. And we're just going to use this to highlight that bottom lip. And with that all done, we're then going to take something down Screaming Skull. I'm going to use this to highlight, well, all of our bone details, but also pick out the teeth. So with that all done, it's a little bit early in the video, but what we're going to do next is we're going to take some thinned down Corax White. I'm going to use this to do two things. Firstly, we're going to use this to relayer the tabard down here. So just applying this over the top of the flat areas of that cloth to make it nice and bright. However, because we've got it open and we've got it thinned down, it makes sense now to do the checkerboarding that we want to do on his silver shoulder. So I'm just going to apply this like so, and then in just a moment up here on the shoulder, what we're going to do is take a small amount of this Corax White on our brush, and then we're going to draw a couple of tram lines. So we're going to start sort of round about 2/3 of the way up, sort of there. Like that. Then we're going to go next to it and do another one. Like that sort of thing. Then what we do is turn the model to the side. Then we're going to do lines going across it. Like that. And then to finish off the checkerboard, what we do is block in alternate squares. So with our white details now all done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Dawnstone. I'm going to use this to highlight the black details. So with that all done, it's now time to highlight the metallics, and we're going to start with some thinned down Ironbreaker. I'm going to use this to highlight all the silver. And with that silver all highlighted, we're then going to take some thinned down Fulgurite Copper. I'm going to use this to highlight all of our Castellax Bronze areas. And so to finish things off, we're going to take a little tiny bit of Blood Angel's Red. I'm going to apply this over the top of his two lenses on his eyes. And there we have it, base all complete, and that therefore means our big boss is now finally finished. And I really enjoyed painting these Deathskulls, or this Deathskull. The blue is really effective, I think, and I really like how we just balance it with the Kantor Blue on the skin in order to sort of bring it back up to the same sort of standard after the Nuln Oil shading on the Ultramarines Blue. I thought it was really clever, and I really enjoyed doing it. Basically, I'm just proud of it. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/Warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.